I don't know what the thumbnail is going to be, but I'm going to make it later. I need to make a video on this because this is absurd. I now, as of May 5th, 2026, wholeheartedly believe that the point of customer service is to make you tear your hair out. Here's what I mean. I was going to see Atsuko, who, if you don't know, is a hilarious comedian that you should totally support. Oh my gosh, love her. She's got a bowl cut and everything. She looks amazing. I love her. It was a great show. I got these tickets a while ago, and someone passed away, and the funeral was scheduled very last minute on Friday of the thing. I reached out to StubHub. My fault, thinking use StubHub. I just didn't. I literally looked up Atsuko tickets, and StubHub was the first one, and I'm like, hey, I've never used StubHub. I've only used Ticketmaster. I've never had a problem with Ticketmaster. I know people have a problem because I'm trying to see my fave, and my fave is like super expensive. Maybe support smaller shows, bro. Like, they're gonna get their money anyways. You'll survive. They'll do a farewell tour like 8 times, like Elton John. Anyways, StubHub. I contact them. Hey, someone died. Can't go to the show. Can I get my money back? Absolutely. It took me, I kid you not, over 10 interactions of them saying that they were going to escalate me. And then they said, you've never been escalated. And I was like, that's not right. Everyone's told me that I've been escalated. I even took screenshots. Oh, now that you've said that you took screenshots, yeah, they actually did escalate you. I'm going to escalate you again. I'm like, for the 5th time? Well, you weren't before. You literally just said I was. What is it? Was I or was I not? Okay, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to escalate your situation. I'm crazy. Or everyone else is tripping. Like, what? And I'm very nice. I know it sucks to be a customer service worker. I know how it feels to deal with someone that's already mad because they had to wait. Like, I get it. So every interaction I've been like, thank you so much for helping me. Thank you for trying to get this figured out. But after the 5th time of saying you're getting escalated, I don't think I'm getting escalated. I'm having a really hard time believing that. Also, I took a screenshot of someone that said I'm guaranteed going to get my thing back, and that I get a call. And then I have 3 people tell me that call was not going to happen. And I was like, no, it better happen, because someone literally said that they would call me personally and issue the refund themselves. What are you on? I have the screenshot. Do you need to see it? To make it happen? Like, are we just lying and expecting people to not make sure to keep track? This is why you should take screenshots always, because they're going to ask for a paper trail and they're going to deny until you actually have proof. And then they're going to be like, oh yeah, that did happen. Act as if they weren't just lying to your face. I got tickets for the Saturday. I was broke this entire time because I bought that ticket because I was told I was going to get a refund. And then they were like, it takes 5 to 7 days for them to look at it, and then they'll issue you your refund. It's just if they believe you or not. I had to get a death certificate the day before the funeral. I had to get a death certificate the day before the funeral to prove that it was happening or that someone had died. And then I get multiple sorry for your condolences. No, you're not. And I really appreciate if you stop lying to me like I'm 5 years old. Because people that are sorry don't ask for that. What? And I get it, because people would use that as an excuse, and then they have to give everyone their money back. They don't want to give me my money back. They're a company. I 1,000% understand that. What's the alternative? That I just tell everyone not to freaking use StubHub? Like, because what do you think is gonna happen? You think I'm gonna like say positive things about this experience? It was hell. Don't use StubHub. Literally, like, burn it. StubHub is the worst. That was my first and only time I'm ever gonna buy anything off of there. That was horrific. That was terrible. I'm sure Ticketmaster is also murderous too when it comes to that. But like, no, never using StubHub again. Yeah, don't use StubHub. And that happened, and it came and went after like 2 weeks of that terrible back and forth. okay, whatever. I got my money back. I got my money back in 3 days. So it wasn't even the 5 to 7 that they said it was going to be. Because they're freaking liars. All of them are. Except for that one person. That one person, you have my heart for the rest of my life. Okay. Now, I live somewhere where the management is freaking awesome. I mean, I had I rarely have interactions with my front office people, because it's just such a great place. I don't ever have an issue. But I put money into Flex, which is a thing where it separates your overall rent into half payments. Because I'm a teacher, I get paid pennies, so I need to use Flex. I'm going to try my best to get off of Flex because of this experience that I'm about to tell you about. Story time. So me and my roommate put in half and half of the first half of rent. And then my apartment was like, we made a mistake when you renewed and we gave you that $1,000 off. We actually took off 1,014. So you're going to have to pay us back 400. We're like, whoa, we can't do that. Can you put it to the next month? Okay, yeah. Or we use Flex. Can Flex put it to the next month? Reach out to Flex to see. We reach out to Flex. Of course, we're dealing with AI first. Same with StubHub. Company, stop using AI. I will literally hate you. And I'm literally going to do everything I can to never use you again. I'm not trying to train your robot. Maybe train it yourself. And all it's going to do is make an email. I'm not freaking 80. I know how to make an email. If you just said, hey, we'll respond back to you, put in your issue in this text box, I know how to fill that in. What? I'm not ancient, okay? I know how to navigate things. If I had a problem that had an available solution, I would use that. So I feel like customer service should just straight up be humans. I would never talk to a robot for an issue that I am already aware there's no FAQ about. That's for old people. And I'm sorry, we need to stop trying to accommodate people that aren't going to be here that long. That's a wonky sentence. What I mean by that, it's like voting. You know how people say that there should be an age limit to vote because, like, you're going to kick rocks in, like, the next year. Why are you voting? And how there's an age limit, like, if obviously pre-18 can't vote. So, like, last 18, what is that? I should know. But I've been doing math all day, and my brain can't. 82? 82 should be the cutoff. Because, like, why? What are you contributing? You're literally just, like, retired. Hopefully. If you're still working at that time, be my guest. You should have your say. But, like, kids can't. And I get why kids can't. But, like, the super elderly, the ones that can't function alone, dependents should not. IMO. But then you get into, like, stay-at-home moms, and are they dependent? Technically, but technically not. It's, yeah. That's why I don't do all that. Anyways. Hey, AI chats. I'm always just like, give me a person. I don't respond to AI. I will not respond unless you give me a human. And then the AI clocks it and then gives me a human. So much easier. And I hate when, like, it's like, tell me what your problem is. And then, oh, here's a human because I can't handle that. Hey, what's the problem? Can you please scroll up and read? Oh my gosh. Some of them I get it. You're just thrown in there and you don't see what the problem is before. That's stupid. Fix your system. Anyways. My apartment is not the one that sucks. Flex does. Because the people at the office fixed it. They pushed it into March. Slay. We are good for March. The money that we're gonna owe, which is their mistake, which I should not have to pay low key. I'll suck it up because they took off $1,000 previously. Like, that's still pretty good. That's fine. I'll survive. So, hopscotch over to, like, obviously it's the 5th. Flex stops on the 5th, by the way. The apartment fixes it, and it's not registering on Flex. And I tell Flex, and they're like, hey, send me a screenshot of what you see, or what your apartment's supposed to be charging you. Okay, here's the screenshot. That's not enough. We need more. We need a ledger. Ask them for a ledger. They're closed. Also, it is now the 2nd. I can't pay. I'm already getting late fees because of this. Thanks. Just update your system, because they already fixed it. Just update your system. Oh, we need them to tell us. Okay, reach out. Why do I have to do all the back and forth? I have a full-time job. You reach out to the property that's registered under you. Duh. What? How am I supposed to get that? Also, I did ask them for it. They have no idea what you're talking about and said to contact them. Sorry all this is happening. Okay? Also, here's my roommate's screenshot. We put all the money into my Flex. But his Flex is accurate. It doesn't have the concession anymore. So why do me and my roommate have different Flexes? Oh, the apartment complex says that you're not a current person that lives there. I've been paying on Flex for months. Also, we are in the middle of the lease. Like, what? No, I am current. So I call them on my lunch. This is happening today because they are so terrible at responding that it's happening on the 5th, on the last day, and they close at 3. And I get an email at 2. I'm working. I'm at work. They stop at 3 Eastern time, which is not my time. So they stop at 1. It's 12. I'm in the middle still teaching. My lunch is in 20 minutes. The second I get on my lunch, I call my apartment. I'm like, hey, it's me again. We're still trying to deal with this stuff. They're asking for a ledger still, and they want a, what did I just say? What was the last thing that they asked me for? Oh, to ask if I was currently a resident. Even though I already told you to reach out to the apartment about any of your needs, because why do I have to do this back and forth? They're already registered with you. You already know their contact information. If you need anything, you can just ask them. And you're making me, who has a full-time job that barely gets here before my office closes, and you're in a different time zone, I have to do all this back and forth between you two? Make that make sense. And she was just like, yeah, tell them to contact us because I have no idea what they're asking for. And we're trying to, we've done everything on our end, but I don't know what Flex is up to. They're not responding to us. And we try to contact them. Wow. The complex has tried to contact you and you're not responding. So I say, I'm like, again, my apartment says that I am current. So what is it? Also, talk to them because they have all my info. If I'm not current, tell them to make me current. If I'm not, if they haven't fixed it on their end, tell them and they will tell you that they did. Why are we just looking for excuses to make this harder? So I'm just fed up. And then after my roommate pays, I send him the money, or I take the money out of Flex because, like, obviously this isn't going to get paid. It's after the time. Like, it's over. I can't do anything. I'm SOL. After all of that fiasco nonsense, I get an email after the fact. After it disappears because it's over. There's no way I can pay because that is the cutoff time that he literally told me about. That I already knew about and I reminded them of. I was like, can you respond in a timely manner because you know that this is the cutoff, and now they're telling me like I didn't know, like I'm not the one that told them when the cutoff is. They're like, this is so weird. On my end it says everything's paid for. I literally just told you my roommate paid on his end, yet on my end it's still there. And after that fact, now it says you didn't pay your rent. Prepare for March. I can't do anything. That screenshot is just going to say that I didn't pay anything. And why would you ask for that an hour and a half after I already told you what happened? And we're still not trying to fix my solution. We're still not trying to be like, hey, this is what happened on our end. You weren't current. Now am I current? What? So was it not current before, or are we just messing with me? Are we just wasting time and trying to make this more difficult? The answer is yes. All of these companies are trying to make everything harder just so that you don't get your money back, just to make things worse for you. And it's so hard being a teacher and being like, yeah, you need a credit card. Why do I need a credit card? Because you need to prove that you're good with money so you can have like a car and a place to live and stuff. Okay, why can't I pay in cash? Why can't I just save up and pay in cash? I said the same thing. I did the same thing too when I was your age. I was upset that on my 18th birthday, my mom got me a credit card. I didn't care if it was Broncos or not, but like, she got me a credit card. And I was like, I'm not going to use this. I'm going to save my money and I will buy things in full. And if I can't afford them, I can't afford them. Because that makes sense, right? No. You need credit because you need to prove that you're reliable with money. Why do I care what you think of me? Right? Like, it's basically everyone needs to owe a bank in some capacity for this to work. Okay, what if I don't pay my cards? Ugh, that's what annoys me with work. Mind you, I also have to deal with children that aren't mine. That, on top of dealing with all of this stuff, is ridiculous. It's brutal. It's dangerous. It is mind-melting. Because I'm trying to teach taxes, and it's just like, well, what if I leave the country? Then I won't have to pay taxes, right? If you have the money to leave the country, why are you so scared of paying the tax? Just pay it. Well, the house is on fire. What if I just moved? You're not going to put out the fire? Like I'm having these mind-numbing conversations all day. I'm literally being like, who's done with the thing? Why are you talking if you're not done? How do you not know what you're doing? Where's your pencil? I don't have one. We are 30 minutes into the class. What is the first word on the board? Materials. What's the first word under that? Pencil. Ah! Yeah! I can't. And then I have to deal with Flex, and I have to deal with adults that can't use their brains. It's exploding me. It's exploding me. I'm exploding. And then I'm crazy. Why are you freaking out? It's just a pencil. It's just a pencil that we're asking for after. And now what are you about to ask me? Can you go back? Go back to what? 5 whole pages of work done. I don't understand any of this. What were you doing while I was explaining? Oh, your back was to the board where I explained how to do everything? And now it's my fault? You weren't paying attention. We can't process your refund because your apartment building says that you don't live there. I called, they said that I do. What's the actual problem? Actually, I'm just pulling stuff on my butt. Like, that's where we're at. That's literally where we're at with all of this. Everything is literally made to tick you off and make you mad. And then when you're mad, then they can control you, apparently. I know I'm getting into conspiracy theory territory. Let me back up. The point is for you to be mad. The point is to get you annoyed, to get you frustrated, to get you upset, so that you're easier to manage. I'm assuming. I don't know. One thing about me, I'm gonna talk my stuff. I will not be silenced. No. I got issues. No. No. You do not get to tell me when things do or do not happen. This is why I used to be crazy. I used to be like bad crazy. And now I'm just puts everything into writing because I'm not going to have you try to gaslight me crazy. No. And this is my problem with people, because people change their mindset, then they don't say when they change their minds and stuff. I had a coworker who just kind of said, hey, misunderstanding happened, we're good. So I act like we're good. Turns out we're not good. I'm like, hey, what's going on? You said we were good. We're not good. Quote, it's all good, we're still good. I had no idea how else I was supposed to take that besides the fact that we were good. So what's up? Did something change, or was that previous thing a lie? You're so immature. For what? Not. I'm immature for believing you? Like, what? What? Okay, whatever. I apologize. It's okay. Is it because you said that last time? Seriously, it's okay. I just don't want to talk to you anymore. Totally fine. The demons in me want to say, I don't want to talk to your ass either. You can't make up your mind, and I don't know whether to believe if it's okay or if it's actually not okay because you're a liar. But that makes me immature. Yeah, you call me immature for clarifying a boundary. Okay. Well, really, it's just because I'm youthful, which is, like, not... What am I supposed to do? Age up faster? Like, what? I'm in my 20s. I'm gonna be in my 20s. I'm not gonna turn 50 overnight. But whatever. Time goes by. Lots of time. Out of nowhere. Jump scare. Shows me something cool. Something I already knew about. But I'm like, cool. Leaves. What happened to whatever you need at work will be strictly work. Otherwise, there's nothing else. Now we are intervening with the work. Not even getting in the way of the work. But is that not also part of the boundary? Why do people set boundaries that they can't do? Hey, is everything okay? Yeah, I'm fine. Okay. Me acting like everything's fine? Hey, I do feel like things are fine. Yeah, because they're not. So why did you tell me it was fine? How was I supposed to gather that? So you lied. Okay. What? You said it was fine when it was not. It's fine was not the truth, correct? I feel like that's pretty common sense to just... I am someone that means what they say. If I'm saying it's fine, even if I'm mad and I'm actually upset, if I'm saying it's fine, it's because I am going to be fine. But if it's, I'm fine, I just don't like you anymore, I will say, I'm fine, I just don't want to deal with you anymore. Because that is clear, it tells you what the new boundary is, and then you can obey it. I'm not trying to break anyone's boundaries. I'm not trying to go through anyone's, like, whatever. I'm not trying to make anybody uncomfortable. So don't say something's fine when it's not fine. Turns out it wasn't fine. I just prefer if we kept it professional. Okay. I knew I wasn't in the wrong anyway, so I was chilling. I was just like, dang. You can talk to HR. Because she knows everything. If you don't want to, that's totally fine. But that's where the truth lies. Turns out they were telling other people. They were lying on me to other people. And I was just like, okay, weird. Cleared it up with those people. They were like, dang, I should have really reached out to you. I'm sorry for just blindly believing. I'm like, that would have meant something if you actually did. But glad you know now. Mind you, I'm the youngest. Everyone else has kids. Some grown. Some my age. And I have to be like, hey, just because someone tells you a rumor about somebody doesn't mean believe them. Because why are you avoiding me? Because someone lied about me to you. Now I'm sitting here confused. Weird. Yeah, in hindsight, I should have just asked. Yeah, should have. How do we not know that in our 50s? How do we not know to clear shit up in our 50s? Okay, whatever. A week after the let's keep it professional, only talk when we need to. Got it. We don't really interact anyways. So, yes, I can do that. How was your weekend? Oh my gosh. How did you do that? How'd you whip that up? Just something quick. Oh my gosh. How have you been? What's with all the personal questions? I thought we only talk when there's something necessary. I get small talk-ish. I kind of don't. I don't see the point. I can't do small talk. Someone asked me what brought me to Arizona. I was just like, divorce. I tried at first. They were like, oh, where are you from? I'm like, Georgia. Oh, wow. What brought you out here? My mom's here. Oh, yeah? What brought her out here? Divorce. Oh. Why'd you ask? What am I supposed to say? I don't know. Like, I'm not trying to seem like I don't want to talk, but also y'all aren't ready for what actually occurs. What? You're not ready for the answer to that question. Is that what I say? Do I say you're not ready for it? That do I have to preface it might be an uncomfortable answer? Like, I don't do small talk. I can't. I try, but I just don't care. Honestly, I don't ask people how their weekend was because I don't really care. But I do ask, how are you? Because I do care. Like, how are you? Like, what's the tone right now? What's going on? Like, I'm very much about what I say. And that makes me immature. I have done really good about keeping myself sane. And when I say that, I mean not reacting the way I want to react. Because honestly, I do feel like I want to react in what I would say the logical way. But I have to take a higher logic versus the, you know you're in the right. Everyone knows you're in the right. You have nothing to lose. Go for the jugular, call them out. Can't do that because it'll ruffle feathers and then it'll make it even worse. But I feel like, low-key, That's what I've had to do to make sure that I have genuine people still around my life right now. Like what? Huey! No! Quit meowing. That's not what we do. Do cats just ever meow for no reason? And then you look at them and then they stop? Ugh, zoomies. Okay. That's just kind of it. I feel like just the point. Hey! I see you, yes! It could also be my hormones. But I feel like everything's trying to PMO, and I'm not here for it. Leave me alone. That's it. Leave me alone. If I ever have a coworker that sees this and that knows that I'm talking about them, I don't mean any of this in a negative way. However, this is my channel. This is where I can be me and say what I feel. I apologize for how it might make one feel. However, this is my perspective. And if that perspective is wrong in any capacity, correct me. But there's no way I will ever understand if you just expect me to telepathically understand what the new situation is. I'm on the spectrum. And that means I'm great at math and I suck at social cues. And I don't get a lot of them, but I'm very sociable. I love to talk. Listening is very hard, but I do it very intentionally and I try to hear and understand, which means I take them as they are. And if you say one thing and then do an action that undoes what you did before, you are crazy. I'm kidding. Not that you're crazy, but it makes me feel insane. And I don't like feeling insane. I like clarifying things, and I don't respond well to assumptions. Do not assume anything with me. Be clear. If there is a new boundary switch where all of a sudden we are no longer not friends, clarify. So I know. But last we checked, in both situations that I did speak about, at least, last I checked, it was purely work-related interactions. Meaning nothing outside of work. Meaning if you need something, then something shall be said. Otherwise, nothing else will be said in any capacity. Yes. I would hate that. I don't like it. I hate that. I don't like not being able to be friends. But I respect boundaries. Do not set a boundary that you will not stick to, for it will confuse I hate being confused. It makes me mad. Not that my anger is your problem, but it makes things worse. Me being mad always makes things worse in some capacity. But I have lately been aligning my chakras with deep breaths and blowing out a balanced clarity strip. I visualize it, obviously. And I have been taking the higher road, for I am better than everyone else I know. Because some of the things these people have done to me, and I'm talking about everybody I know, actually. Because I know kids, because I work with kids, and some kids I would say might be a better me. But they still have the rest of their development to go. I'm kidding. I think I'm awesome. And I don't do things that I think would suck. And I think a lot of things suck. And a lot of people do things that I think suck. Which means I am better than them. Because I would not do that. That sucks. Call it egotistical. To me, it's a mantra. I am better. Because I wouldn't do that. Look at me. I'm better. Right? I don't, ugh. So people are like, you're not humble. Da, da, da. Why do you care? Worry about loving yourself. Why don't you have a God complex occasionally? It keeps me going. Truly, honestly. Because I have given myself everything I've ever wanted so far. I am the reason. And the reason is me. Yeah, not getting copyright struck again. Again, ever. This video is going on too long. Now I'm starting to just yap. Anyways, if you like that video of me losing my absolute marbles, please hit the subscribe button down below. If you liked it, leave a like. I don't know. Enjoy my presence. Because no one else does. I'm kidding. It's not that no one else does. It's the fact that, like, always, every time I'm feeling good, I have yet to. Not saying it's not going to happen. Because it is going to happen. Because this is my world. And everyone else is existing as well. I've yet to experience a full week of peace. Of some shenanigan not happening again. But I also decided that this is my year and that regardless of what's going on, I will give everything a chance and a benefit of a doubt. But that does not mean I'm not keeping score, because one thing a Taurus loves to do is keep track. I keep track of everything now. Nothing gets past me. Every experience has led up to me becoming ungaslightable. You cannot tell me something did not happen that I have proof of happening. If you don't think I have proof, I have an Apple Watch. I recorded you. You have no idea. And you're not going to know until I want you to know. Which will be when it benefits me the most, and it does not benefit you at all. I need to take a deep breath. I've been really aligned lately, and I'm not letting anything get past me. Because I'm not the one. I mean, I'm number one, but don't confuse that with me being the one to try all of this foolishness with. Because you're mistaken. And wrong. And not as top tier as... Hello? Okay. That's it. Bye! Don't support StubHub. And AI. AI is stupid anyways. It doesn't even actually help. It gives you wrong answers. Oh my gosh, only bums use AI.